So this is the original thread on Twitter that was exposing him for homophobia. A lot of religious hating on gay people, which is really lame. Some of the stuff in this thread has been proven wrong. A lot of it, XcreatorGoal won't even address in his video and won't even address anywhere else. So that's part of the reason why I want to stream this is because he's not really doing anything about a lot of these allegations. And a lot of the ones that I think are the most serious are the ones he's ignored. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff in his Discord. This is a really interesting one as he pinned a message of a pride flag burning. I think there's another version of this screenshot that says pinned by X Creator Goal, but I don't know if it's here. But this is like the main thing that bothered me is this screenshot, this pinned comment that says, so the almost exact release date said by RobTop himself for 2.2 is now out on my community tab for members who have joined my channel membership. If you want to see it, join here. And like, this is the scummiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. He still hasn't addressed it, so yeah, more DMs of him not addressing it. Oh yeah, so he made a response video about a month ago. I guess that I'm really late to this. And he said, "Watch the full video before coming out and saying more garbage. I'm done with you haters. I know you haters. You don't give a solitary fuck about the truth. You share things that cause chaos. But do you really care if what you're saying is true? Or is all what is that? Or is all? Did he run out of characters? What? Or oh, okay. Or is all you're looking for our temper? He's not a native English speaker, so we'll give him that. Uh, or is all you're looking for are temporary followers and likes? Why temporary? I feel like they'd be permanent. We are different. You care about followers and views. I care about spreading them. This is the biggest bullshit I've ever seen, dude. This is so funny. When we get into his video, you'll see that he definitely cares about followers and numbers because that's the entirety of his response video. So yeah, he said as he put his response out, and he said you gotta watch it. Full video is very long, and I've seen this video. I listened to it while I was doing other stuff, and it's bad. It he managed to talk for an hour and 5 minutes, and he still missed like 90% of the talking points. You've been massively misinformed. You gotta be open-minded and logical now. Generation ratio. Alright. So, let's watch this now. See what he has to say. This is a response video. Look at how few screenshots there are that prove anything. So he's made this response video. It's an hour. And it's terrible, honestly. He made this like a month ago. And I haven't got around to talking about it until now.
So what happened is I had a Geometry Dash private server that I used, and what basically happened is that I just wanted to make a cool looking level just to try to get an epic or maybe a daily. So yeah, back then I was a really good creator, and so I made that level. It turned out to be a very cool level.
You know, like, back then I was a really good creator. I made that level. It turned out to be a cool level. You kind of see why I want to talk about this, right? It's like, he's so just in his own head. And like, that comes off as so egotistical when you're trying to respond. Like, remember, this is a response video against homophobia allegations, among other things. And he's talking about, oh, I was a really good creator. I wanted to make a cool level. That's not you don't need to say that. Exactly, yeah, he's just boosting his ego. That's so much of this video is just him gassing himself up. And it's like, you're making a response video, bro.
And it got epic and it even got daily. So I was really, really happy. And
Thanks. I'm glad he let us know that it got epic and daily. That's so, like, it's not important.
So yeah, the level got daily, and also yeah, I remember that a lot of people were like really like sending death threats and all of these things. Like
We're, I, I don't see any death threats, but I'm not gonna doubt that he got death threats. But like if you're gonna say that, like why? Also, what are these? Okay, what are these screenshots? He has 200,000 subscribers. He knows how to edit videos. Why are we taking pictures of our screen? Why are we doing this like this? Why can't you? Why wait? Like genuinely, why can't you take a screenshot? Why is it like? Why does it look like this? I don't know.
everyone was basically like believing that. But yeah, I talked about it throughout the whole video. Electrify actually had to do the voiceover and also the script.
Oh yeah, by the way, look at the titles of this stuff. This is his response to it is the hard truth about realization you've been lied to. Hard truth about Twitter garbage accusations from haters. What they don't want you to know. Everything. No no G, I guess. It's so funny. Like how do you expect people to side with you when you're naming your response hard truth about Twitter garbage accusations?
And I think in this video, I'm just going to be going over all of the things one by one. Basically, I'm just going to be addressing them from because it's ridiculous. It's a lot of things. So
Yeah, I mean, you're the one who did them. So,
yeah, a lot of things came at once. And the majority of them, like 99%, is just all pure garbage and lies that I'm going to be debunking in this video. So let's just move on.
so what's the 1% of them that's not pure garbage and lies? Are you gonna explain like what you actually did? Or you're just gonna say 90%, 99%? What's the 1%, man? What are you admitting to? Because it's not gonna be in this video. You're not gonna say what you did, but clearly some of this is true, and you're admitting.
Move on to the next one and see what it is. Another thing I want to talk about is that if people get famous, if people get popular, if they have a lot of content, then it is very, very, very easy to take things out of context and display a very bad picture of them. I was reacting to that level and I was saying, just go straight, let's just fly straight. And
Just
then,
stay straight
yeah,
like that.
people have taken it out of context. And by the way, that image that you saw, that was edited by somebody else. That was not like my edit. And
I don't remember that seeing that edit in the thread against him. So like this is the weird thing, right? Is he's addressing this, which is not like no one in their right mind is gonna believe that X Creator Goal did that, right? No one's gonna believe he edited that and was trying to spread a homophobic message because of the background. So it's weird to like address that in particular because it was never brought up against him. And it's a very easy counter, right? Because like no one believes it. So it's easy to defend yourself. So like why are we talking about that?
so I really want to advise you guys to not believe the things that you've been told on the internet. Firstly, just take a look on the second side. Ask them what the heck is going on.
Okay, there the first time he said it. This is his main argument. Before you say something about someone, ask them what is going on, okay? That's what I've done. I've DM'd him. He has said nothing to me. There's stuff he didn't address here. There's so much of this, he just rambles on and doesn't talk about the issues. And I DM him because that's what he's telling me to. That's what this entire video is doing, is telling me to DM him. And he doesn't reply. Here's my DMs with him. I said, hey, so I watched your 1 hour video, and I didn't see you address this. I was wondering if you could explain, since this was the allegation I was most concerned about. Right? This is a nice way of putting it. I'm not being mean to him here. He doesn't reply, so a week later I say, hey, following up on this. And I follow up on it 3 times, and he doesn't reply. So I can't help but think he's just not going to reply, which is crazy because his whole argument was reach out to me. It's really lame of you, really, honestly. He's saying that, assuming people aren't going to DM him, thinking, oh, he must be able to defend himself because he's so confident he can defend himself if I DM. That must mean he's telling the truth, but he's not. He's just gonna ignore DMs. Even the person who called him out in the thread has asked him about stuff, and he still hasn't replied.
Things can happen on the internet, and I totally understand that. I mean, I became popular, of course,
Really? Like, how many times is he gonna say he became popular?
and yeah, now there are a lot of videos out there about me saying stuff. So yeah, if I somehow slipped and said something that could have been taken out of context, then well, that's not really my bad. In other words, so yeah, I hope you guys do not fall for these things anymore, and especially because like
Just say, let's take a sec. Why is he playing back on track? Why are we doing that?
I am like a person that can defend myself on like a YouTube channel where I can come along and say, no, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. But imagine if this was done to a small YouTuber.
Your like your point, was that your entire point was that this could only happen to big YouTubers and people who say a lot of stuff online. Because they have said so much stuff online, that stuff can be taken out of context. By your own logic, this would never happen to a smaller YouTuber, whatever situation you're describing here. So why are you segueing to, oh, what would happen if this happened to a small creator? By your own admission, whatever you're arguing against would never happen to a small creator. That's your entire point. So why are we going there?
And yeah, this is why, my dudes, it's always important to reach out to other people and
Number two, second time he said to reach out to him. We're going to keep track. This is the second time. It's always important to reach out to someone, see their side of the story.
Discord server was pretty small back then, so saying don't be gay as like a funny sarcasm was a pretty okay thing to do in that.
This is a really weird argument to me. The argument that the size determines how okay it is. Because the size, all it's going to determine is how likely you are to get away with something that's wrong, right? So saying that something is okay because like, it feels like we're kind of I'm not gonna try to put words into his mouth, but it kind of feels like the subtext here is that it's okay to say as long as you get away with it. That kind of feels like the line of thinking.
And the like the biggest problem of this all is that there is a person on Twitter. This is like he's basically like the person that spread out all of these bad stuff about me. And I don't have a problem with him talking about me or saying things about me. However, what I have a problem with is him saying stuff about me without reaching out to me first.
There we go. Number three. Third time he says, you should reach out to me first. If he was genuinely concerned about this, he would respond to my DMs. Because I mean, essentially what I'm doing now is I'm talking about why this response sucks. Because he didn't answer to my DMs. You know, his whole argument is reach out to me first. Why didn't you reach out to me first? If you're not gonna answer, don't say that. That's so dumb. Like,
And I'm gonna be fully honest with you. Like, I do not like what this guy did. I think it was a very asinine move that was not supposed to happen. And this reporter that did all of these things on Twitter, he makes a lot of like I've seen the Twitter feed and stuff like that. He makes a lot of like drama related content. And the fact that to this day he's been probably doing this for a few years and he's done it.
why is this relevant? This isn't relevant. The fact is, there are screenshots of you saying things, there are screenshots of you doing things, and they release them in a Twitter thread. Who gives a shit what else they're saying on Twitter? The stuff came out, it's screenshots that look real, and your only job is to disprove it, and your whole argument is just come up to me and ask me if it's true or not, and I'll say yes or no, and then whatever I say is law. Like what? What? It's so weird. Why does he think this is how things work? Does he think this is how things should work? Because this is not how it works.
So many times, and the fact that he does not take a look at the second side, at the other side, is absolutely ridiculous to me. The fact that this guy did not reach out to me, he did not
Also, like, the point of a response video is to give your perspective, to say your piece, make the point you want to make, not to say why it's important to listen to your points. Because then you're not saying your points. You're just saying, guys, listen to me. And that's kind of like what he's doing this whole time. He's just saying, guys, listen to me. Guys, listen to me. I don't have anything to say about the drama. I'm not gonna say anything about the drama, but listen to me, guys. Like, what? Like, he's the point of this is to give his side. Everyone who's coming to this video is interested in what he has to say, right? You're not going to click on his video if you're only listening to one side of the story. So him saying you have to get the second side of the story is stupid because that's what we're here for already. It like does he not realize this? Like does he even know what like how can you be this big on YouTube and not understand how this shit works? It's so silly.
send a message to me on Discord. My Discord is always open. You just gotta be
Number 5, fifth time he said his Discord is always open. My Discord is always open. No, it is not. Sure, I can DM you, but if you're not going to respond, and your entire point is I'm going to respond, then you are lying in this video, assuming that people won't DM you and just take your word for it, when you really don't have an argument against it. If you had an argument against it, you would either present it here, or if you're so confident about your ability to reply to all these DMs, do that.
on I think you gotta be in one Discord server with me, and then you can talk to me. DMs are always open, so
But the sixth time, I don't know if I should count that because it's so close together, but how many times are you going to say your DMs are open if you're not going to respond to them?
this guy did not reach out to me. He didn't, ask me about anything. He was just basically
He didn't ask you out? Excuse me? He really said he didn't ask me out. I know he's not a native English speaker, but man, he didn't ask me out. Okay. Okay.
I don't know if even an apology would be enough here, because what is an apology gonna do?
This is so stupid. He's like genuinely he must think his response is good if he's saying this shit. Oh, you should apologize to me. I don't even know if that would cut it, but please apologize to me. Look at all the harm you've caused. And you're not even defending yourself. You're just saying bullshit.
Drama, controversy gets a lot of clicks, gets a lot of views. People want to spread that information for no reason. And again, I completely understand that, but it should.
Like it's crazy to me that he's just calling this shit drama. Like that's being spread for views. Like he doesn't realize that people have genuine concerns, genuine criticisms of him. It's crazy. Like he is so unaware of how bad this is. Like the last 5, like I'll give it to him. In the first, maybe 8 or so minutes, he was talking about things. Now we've gone off the rails. It's been like 10 minutes since he brought up a point to address. He's just talking about weird analogies for why you need to get a second opinion. It's not relevant.
Let's now move on to other things, because this guy I think he doesn't have anything to do. He's just trying to find bad stuff about me without like reaching out and stuff. So yeah, he's doing it for a long time. He's been, at this for a very long time, and he still does not know how to do this. Okay, let me just show you one.
You don't know how to do this, bruh. What do you mean? You like this is the worst. Like I'm doing this. I'm doing the stream because your response video is this shit that I want to talk about it. You don't know what you're talking about. Or well, you do know what you're talking about, but you don't know how to make a response video. You have 100,000, you have 200,000 subscribers. You know how to edit videos. You know how to give your side, and you just put this out. It's so embarrassing, man.
So after this guy said that on Twitter, and then I got banned from a few servers. And the problem here is not that I got banned. I don't really mind getting banned. My biggest problem again is that the owners of these servers never reached out to me. They didn't talk to me. They didn't.
Like seventh time we should he's saying we should reach out to him. I've lost track. They're 21 minutes in. That's like once every 3 minutes he's saying to reach out to him, and he doesn't respond. So don't make that your entire argument.
Because you can't just believe things that are being said online, even if it has 10,000 likes. That does not make it true. Even
It's not the like. This is what's really frustrating. Is he's like talking about the likes and the analytics. It's not that. It's the content of it. It got the likes and analytics because it surprised people, because they were like, "Whoa, did X Creator Goal do these things?" Like, but he's saying that it's like the likes and the numbers and shit. No, dude, you actually like have stuff you need to talk about.
has like a billion evidences, that does not make it true. You just have to reach out to the other side. I can now come up and say, make
If it has a billion evidence, just reach out to the other side. Like, this is so weird. Like, if there's a bunch of evidence, okay, if you watch me murder someone in cold blood, I shoot him in the middle of a street, whatever, and then you record it, okay? You have perfect evidence. I can't just be like, "Hey, listen to my side. I didn't shoot this guy, bruh." And then he'd have to be like, "Oh yeah, I guess the recording is wrong. I guess my eyes are wrong." Like that's not how it works. Why are you saying this? If there is evidence for something, you don't have to. I mean, it's good to get someone else's side, but if there's like genuine evidence for something, it doesn't really matter what they have to say if it's real.
a full documentary about how, let's just take this as an example, how a person murdered a whole family
I think it's funny that now he's talking. He's got his own murder analogy, but let's hear him out. Let's hear him out.
and has done bad stuff. You can't just ban him instantly just because I said it and I get a lot of views. You have to talk.
See, it's not the views; it's the evidence.
People started calling me a racist, a bad person and all of that. Like, why? Like, it's just all unnecessary. And it
Dude, my man's can't make an apology without scrolling through the main level list. I just love the fact that he's recording this, and he keeps going back to the main levels and scrolling through. Like, dude, come on.
So yeah, that gay thingy was totally sarcasm. I should probably never do that again. Say, these type. I'm not gonna like dip my toe again in these type of drama.
That's a good. See, 23 minutes 36 seconds into the video. That's an acceptable thing to say in a response video. Hey, I'm not gonna do this again. Sorry, like that's all he's got to say about this. But instead he's harping on about garbage. Funny he put it in the title. And it's pointless. This is all he had to say right here about that to address it. Like 10 seconds. But we're 23 minutes in and he's talking about all these weird tangents that aren't important. Like he made this whole thing about how we have to listen to his side, but then he barely gives his side because he's too busy talking about why we gotta listen to him. It's so dumb. Like we're here to listen to you. Like you don't need to convince us to watch the video. That's what I'm doing.
But in 2019, like a very similar thing happened where people basically started the hate on me. Back then I used to like clickbait and stuff like that on YouTube. I had only like a few thousand subscribers, and I was like clickbaiting to make a lot of subs, all default. But back then I wasn't like hurting anybody. I wasn't like the videos did not affect anyone. They were just clickbaity.
Let's take a second. Let's look back. Zoom out. No one was complaining about you clickbaiting. Why are we talking about this? You're not getting all this backlash for clickbaiting.
But again, that was like a very long time ago, and if you take a look at my content now, it's a very high quality content. And if you just take a look at my previous content, it was really just garbage. I totally understand that. But now, you know, if you should really not judge somebody if they improve. If they don't, then go ahead, do it. But yeah, my content used to be clickbaity, but now I feel like it's probably a very entertaining content to watch. And also a
Really? See, this is like, that's crazy to me. Look at this video. Look at how many visual aids he's adding. He's using them very sparingly. It's mostly just the geometry dash home screen. But you know what was important to show us is how much better his content has gotten over the years. He really had to show us that. That was, you know, all these people were coming out against him for clickbaiting and making bad content. That's what he was really getting hate for, is we just don't like his content. No. Why was that section relevant? It literally wasn't. That's so crazy that it's in here. Why are we talking about that? No, you're not getting hate for making bad content. There's genuine stuff you gotta address, and you're talking about how much better your content is now. Like, that's not only not the issue here, it's super egotistical. He's so full of himself.
now that I'm at it, I guess let's just talk about the people that call me that I make 2.2 news. And this is something that I've stopped in 2022. This is something that I don't do anymore. You can see that the last video was this one. This was like the last time. In today's video, we're gonna be 2.2
Oh my
news.
god. Oh my dude, the yelling in today's video is too much for me, man. I'm not here to hate on his content. But that like scared me. That like jump scared me.
And it had like pretty cool edit. It wasn't like just some garbage
Okay, okay. We're talking about your editing again.
video was
Yeah,
this one.
that's what I'm really here to hear about is how good XCreatorGoal is at editing. If only I had known that he was good at editing videos, maybe I wouldn't think he was homophobic.
So to those that say I still make 2.2 news, I feel like you're stuck in 2022 talking about
What I'm wondering here, if this is his attempt to talk about the the screenshot with the channel membership stuff. If that is, this is not addressing it. That like also, how is that a criticism? Oh, you stopped making this type of video earlier. How did like are we mad at him because we want him to make more 2.2 news? Why would that make us mad at him that he stopped this 2.2 news series? Does he does he even understand why people don't like him? It's crazy.
XcreatorGoal, which does not have 2.2 news on it. So that's basically. But however, I still like making news. This is something that I liked like since forever. This making news was something that I just personally like. So I decided to just create a new channel on which I basically do all sort of things. Really not just
Okay. Like, oh, yeah, we hate X Creator Goal because he made a second channel. That's why that's why we had to expose him. X Creator Goal has a second channel called Y Creator Goal. What? Dude, I can't watch this guy anymore. I can't support him. He has a second channel. Like what? Why does he think people don't like him? I don't like, does he understand criticism? Does he understand what's going on? This was not an argument made against him, is that he has a second channel. By the way, I'm in this video. This he has a screenshot of my tweet in this video. Not proud of it, but it's I'm there. So that's a fun fact for you.
2.2 news. I talk about, things that have just happened and stuff like that. Sometimes there's 2.2 news, sometimes just gauntlet. Like it's pretty much anything don't want to upload on my main channel. I just upload on the second channel. And you may say, well, 2.2
Yeah, thanks for explaining what a second channel is to me. Like this is a response video. What are we responding to now? We're just talking about our second channel. That's great. You have 200,000 subscribers and you thought this needed to be put in the video. You're so good at making clean editing. All this shit. Your content now is so good, but you don't know what to put in this video. And you have so much you need to talk about. But we're talking about your second channel.
2 news. No, my most popular video is not even a 2.2 news video, so
Who cares? No one cares. That's not important. That's not why people dislike you. That's great. Like, he doesn't know. Like, is he playing dumb or just does he have no idea what's going on? He has to know the the real reason people dislike it. It's not because he has a second channel that has popular 2.2 news videos. What does he think is happening?
yeah. I stopped that thing quite a while ago, and I consider this being my main channel that I put the most effort into. This is like the channel that has like a lot of edit, a lot of like really high quality content, you can say. And this one, it's just me talking about some,
We're still talking about what a second channel is. Everyone here knows. This is not important. You could have cut this out. Why did you keep this in the video? Why did you talk about this? How it's been like 2 minutes almost of you just talking about what a second channel is. Why?
but saying that all I do is 2.2 news is just shows that you are ignorant. I'm talking to the haters again. But yeah, just go watch the latest video. I think the latest video had
Really? Really? Watch my latest video? Dude, people don't dislike you because of the type of content you made. You have a laundry list of allegations against you, and you just made up one that people don't like your content, and now you're addressing it for like 5 minutes? Why? Why are we talking about this? Is like the most egotistical shit ever. Like it had. Why would you do this other than ego?
what if there was cool editing. Look at this. I made an infinite level and it doesn't work at all. So no matter for how long you play it for. Well, Geometry Dash usually has levels. You can see the edit, it's so clean, it's so fire, bro. Like, come on, most of I am yeah, this is also something. Hate always comes from below.
This is the worst part of the video. Look at that edit. It's so clean. It's so fire, bro. Like, shut the fuck up. You have stuff you need to be talking about. Stop like.
Yeah, this is also something. Hate always comes from below. Like, I bet none of the haters can do anything close to what I'm doing here. Zero of them can do stuff like that. So yeah, haters.
And, like, how does this make him more likable? Like, this isn't making him more likable. This isn't proving his point. This isn't doing anything other than just saying, fuck you, I'm better than you. Like, that's the worst way to respond. How do you expect people to take your side after saying this shit, man? That's crazy.
And that upsets a lot of people and they got really mad. So they started attacking me. They started making like these fake images that I sent like some kind of virus to other people. And there has been a lot of investigation into that one and it is absolutely incorrect. That did not happen.
I will say that someone else later is going to disprove that. They did a good job. Whoever disproved that allegation clearly cared about setting things straight. They did a good job of explaining. It's not XcreatorGoal talking about that. Hell no. He's just going to keep saying whatever comes to his mind. Didn't want to write down anything for this.
So what happened is, of course, people get mad when I have something big. These haters, I don't really care about them. But what they did is they basically.
He doesn't care about them. That's why he's taken so much time to talk about how much lower they are than him. You know, he needs to prove that he's better at editing than his haters. But, you know, he doesn't give a shit about them. Nah.
Whoever wrote that Discord, that Twitter thread is gonna have to come up to me and apologize. I don't know if even an apology would be enough here because what is an apology gonna do? Okay.
Did we already see this? Did he paste this bit in the video twice? Because he's already said this. There's no way he's. It's equally weird to say it again, but is this the same video? The same clip from earlier of him saying this?
I murdered your family and now I'm sorry. We're all good. Even Steven, no, we're not.
It is. He already, he already put this in the video. You already said this, and you put it in twice. He's saying on Twitter, everyone should watch this video. And he didn't even watch his own video because he would know that he put the same clip in twice. He didn't watch his own video.
So if you come slide in my Discord and make it good with me about, all of these death threats that I've been getting, all of that hate, all of the unnecessary garbage, basically, that was all brought by you without.
That's not their fault for putting that thread out. You know that, right? You know that this response you're making, you have very much more subscribers and followers and a larger fan base and a larger platform than this person. And you're complaining about the death threats that their message, their thread on Twitter caused you to get. And now your response is equally, probably more hostile towards them. And you do not seem apologetic at all about the fact that you're going to cause harassment towards them of equal or larger amounts. That's crazy. Like, you can't say this shit and then do this.
To doing any proper research, I would like to talk to you and see what the heck is going on. My Discord is always open.
9. That's number 9. My Discord is always open. No, it's fucking not. It's not.
You may say, what the heck is going on? Why am I in Twitch? Well, there is a channel called XcreatorGoal, but with an I at the end. There, instead of this L, there's an I.
Okay, yeah, this is another thing. He clarified well, you know. Credit where credit is due. A lot of the screenshots on Twitch he says are fake from this account, which I'm inclined to believe because it's believable. He provides evidence for it, right?
And if you don't, you don't really understand what the heck is going on, I can actually show you. If I type in here, let's say I type, this is no, actually this is XcreatorGoal's. You see, this is an I. This is not an L. This is an L, and this is.
I mean, like, yeah, everyone already, you made that clear, man. It's crazy how much he'll, like, over-explain this stuff. And it's like, yeah, we didn't have trouble understanding this. This is a basic point. And he'll just harp on and on and on. But then he just won't address some shit. And it's like, what?
This is an I. I can show it to you. This is copy, paste. You can see this is an I.
Yeah,
It's not
I
an L.
believe you that an
And if we
L looks
copy
like an
this one,
I.
put it in here, this is an L. It's ridiculous how, like, they're basically identical. Let's say this is XcreatorGoal.
We've all been through first grade where you learn how to draw letters. We all know that a lowercase l looks like a capital I. No one needed explanation for that.
With an I. This is XcreatorGoal with an L. Okay, now let's just go to inspect element and change it. Let's change my name to.
Genuinely. Does he think that people aren't going to believe him? How long has he spent showing that an L looks like an I? It's been like a minute. You've been doing this for a minute.
Basically
You
what
don't
that guy.
need to give an explanation. You don't need to prove that an L looks like an I. We know.
Bro, I can't believe, like, all these people must have like a really terrible image of me now, but yeah. It is what it is.
I mean, just like speaking from experience though, if you see someone in a Twitch chat or YouTube stream chat and they have the same name as someone who has a lot of subscribers, the first thing you're gonna do is click and see if it's actually them. So like I don't think that many people are gonna be fooled by this. But I mean it's very likely, right, that someone could still screenshot it and share it. And that did happen, but I don't think that all the people in this Twitch chat are thinking it's you. See what I mean, I guess they are believing it. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. That's crazy. Okay, I guess maybe I'm wrong then. Maybe people do believe it.
Did that. Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do. But that was not
This is such a racist and not okay joke. Someone said woman. Someone tried to answer woman. Oh my god, dude. And then they're like, X creator goal out. Okay.
And another thing people talked about is pinning the pride flag and that I am somehow trans or homophobic or that type of stuff, which again, I talked about this whole thing at the beginning that I did not mean it. It was all a taken out of context sarcasm joke that was all a haha between a very small server. So yeah, that is all incorrect. People said there is a pride flag that I pinned or like a burning one or something by it was sent by a person. The burning flag was like a 18 plus channel. We were talking about a lot of different things and he sent it and it got pinned. It was not me. I have no idea who pinned it.
Okay, I think I've seen a variation of this where it says pinned by X creator goal. I don't know if he shows the screenshot here. No, of course. Why would he show a screenshot? I'm gonna see. Maybe I'm misremembering. Okay. Well, I'm not entirely sure about this, right? But I mean, like, there's a chance that this could be him pinning a different message because I can't see the full screenshot. But we can see this guy's here. This guy's still in the conversation. Mark 250 is still in the conversation. So these are conversation. This is a conversation amongst the same people. So we very much assuming, right? This is probably today at 8:12, today at 8:14, and it's with the same people. So yeah, I think we can assume, right? He pinned the message. Who else would pin it? There's a chance he was pinning a different message and someone else pinned that one. But he's not going to talk about this. He's just going to say, we can't see who pinned it, so, huh? There's pinned. Not necessarily important. Go away. No one saw that, right? I have an explanation. But you gotta reach out to me in DMs for it. Of course. Reach out to me in DMs. I'll explain my recent. God, that's so stupid. This is homophobic shit right here. God said no, God knows better. So he's very much homophobic. He's not going to talk about this in this video. He's not going to talk about this screenshot, but he's very clearly homophobic.
And yeah, again, if you've been hurt or anything like that, you can message me on Discord. If you've been hurt by anything that you saw about me or heard about me, you can just hit me up on Discord and then we can talk about it. If
Oh,
you
10 times! That's the 10th time. He said, hit me up on Discord and we'll talk about it. That's what I did. No reply.
So let me see if there's anything else to talk about here because I don't want this to go even more. I want this to stop now. I don't want to, have things that I forgot to talk about. So I'm just going to be taking a look at a bunch of things. And I really want this to stop now. I don't want this to be.
Stop this now. God, man. Dude, just say something. Say something. Like, this is so much of a nothing burger of a response. It's crazy to me. Like, This video didn't have to be an hour. You made this video an hour. You reused clips of you saying stuff in it. You talk, you make the same point over and over again, and you spend like 5% of the video actually talking about stuff that people want to hear.
And again, I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not like homo or whatever you guys call me. I'm not none of that.
Okay, this is a really important point I want to make. Okay, he has to know what homophobia is. He has to know what homosexuality is, but he's pretending not to know, right? Did they say? Did they say? Yeah, look, homosexuality is right what we're talking about right here. God says no. He knows what homosexuality is, but he's pretending not to. That's so weird. He's just. Why are you pretending not to know what people are talking about?
I don't like hurting people. I try my best to be nice to everyone, of course. Everyone, you should really not judge people according to where they live, where they come from, or what.
Just see what I'm talking about? Where they live, where they come from. We're talking about gay people. The accusation is that you're homophobic. You know what homosexuality is. You know what you're being accused of. But you're just saying, oh, I try to be nice to everybody. That's a vague statement. Say, I don't have a problem with gay people. That's all you gotta say. That's all he has to say. And he's not gonna say it. He's literally not gonna say it. He's just gonna weirdly talk about how it doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter what race you are. No one accused him of that.
They believe, what they think. This is all. You should not do that, because if you think that, because you met a guy from a certain country, that then all that country is terrible just because this guy did some bad actions.
You see what I'm talking about? That's crazy. We're talking about racism. We are talking. XcreatorGoal is just saying, oh, you're accusing me of homophobia? Well, fuck racism. Racism is bad. I'm not racist. Like, genuinely, he just segued to racism. Why did he segue to racism? All he has to do is say, I don't have a problem with gay people. That's it. That's all he's got to say. He's not going to say it. It's crazy. It's crazy. He's segueing to racism. Why is he talking about racism?
That's not how things work. It's fascinating to me that I'm sitting here discussing some basic things, that these things should not happen. It's really interesting.
It's fascinating to me that you're talking about racism when you were accused of homophobia. God, he doesn't say anything about the LGBTQ community. Why not? Genuinely, why not? Like, I can't see this any other way than he's actually homophobic, right? He just won't talk about it. It's crazy.
If you want to believe I'm a bad person, fine, totally fine. I don't really care. But do not spread hate on me unless you reach out to me and talk to me first.
I did that, so I'm allowed to spread hate because I reached out. I did reach out to you, man. This is where we are, okay? I'm not trying to spread hate. I have fucking 204 subscribers. I'm not gonna. No one's gonna watch this and be like, oh man. I'm not changing anyone's minds here. I'm just kind of reacting to this because this is a wild video. It's a bad video, man. It's so bad. Also, like, why are we capitalizing random letters in the title? I just noticed that. Where, what is the logic for capitalization? It's like back and forth between capital and not capital. What's that about? Not important, but
Think. Just use your brain. It's really not that hard. If you want to do something online, if you want to do.
that's crazy to me that he's saying use your brain. You'd have to be so brain dead to take this response as fact. It just everything he said, just because he said he didn't do it. You haven't talked about homophobia. You haven't. Like, I can't see this as anything other than an admission of homophobia. Because you're sidestepping, you know what homophobia is. You're pretending not to know what it is. That's crazy.
I've always been really, really careful. So back then in like October 2023, back then where 2.2 was supposed to come out and it got like delayed and delayed and delayed and RobTop was very, very inactive. A lot of people were insulting him. A lot of people were coming out at him saying he's, bad developer. Why did you do this? Death threats, like basically everything that just happened to me. And I came out in a video and I had a lot of, again, I have a lot of subs and stuff like that. So I have a large voice. So I talked to people and said, what if he was sick? What if he, did this and that?
XcreatorGoal defended RobTop. How brave. How brave of you, XcreatorGoal, to defend RobTop as a game developer and not send hate towards him. Good job. Actually good. Great. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it's so stupid.
So what to take from this, if you are an epic gamer, is if you're an epic gamer, you already know what to do. You already know not to attack people. You already know not to hate people. You already know not to do bad things to people. You might do like a little.
This feels so patronizing. This is so stupid. Why are right? Like so dumb.
Like, why am I here? That's just the question. Do I really need to clarify all these things? Like, I mean, I need to defend myself, but why do people do that? And let's just.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He's complaining about the fact that he has to make this video. And he's talking about how it took a couple of days. This is so bad. How did you spend so many days on this and have it be this shit and terrible? Like, so much of this you could cut out. So much of this is explaining why I should be watching your video. The thing I'm doing right now. It's so weird, so bad.
By the way, thank you everyone that joined the Discord server. I really appreciate it. Make sure to slap that subscribe button and stuff like that. So yeah.
Bruh. Come on. Really?
Yeah, again, like I said, back in 2017, but not 2017, 2019, I was not really that good of a person, I must say. But it didn't like hurt people as much as this guy did. Like what this guy did is absolutely fascinating to me, and the fact that a lot of people believed it is even more fascinating. So yeah, that's that.
Why is it fascinating? They have screenshots, they have evidence, a lot of which you still haven't talked about. And you're fascinated by the fact that people believe it? You're fascinated by the fact that people just don't automatically side with you? Do you not understand how the internet works? Do you not understand that people have genuine issues with you? He's so egocentric. It's crazy.
What else, bro? There's so much, bro. Why am I like this? Is so boring sitting here and clarifying.
Oh, I'm sorry you're bored. I'm so sorry you're bored. Oh my god, dude. Oh, you're bored? Oh, dude, I didn't even think about that. Man, I should have. Oh, dude, I really should have thought about. Before I accused you of homophobia, I should have thought about the fact that maybe making a response video would be boring for you. I'm so sorry, dude. Like, what? That's. Dude, really?
And another thing is that people say I don't read names. I misgender people or stuff like that. But this is something that, again, I say a lot in my videos. I do not look at names. I do not care what their name is. So yeah, what I usually just say the guy or he. I call everything a he or dude or something like that. This is just a thing that I do. So yeah, this is something that I've done in my earlier videos too. Like when I talk about something and then I say this guy made this video, either because I don't know how to pronounce their name because it's flipping long and I don't really have time to waste on saying I know.
He doesn't have time to waste on saying their name. That's a crazy sentence. Why did he say that? Genuinely, why would you say that? You don't have time to waste saying someone's name? What what do you mean?
And yeah, I think is it all, bro? I have to check because I really want this to end. I don't want people to come again and say, hey, you missed this, you missed that. I'm trying.
Real? That's what people did. And he has no interest in responding. You missed so much, man. You missed like almost everything. Like, what did you even talk about? You talked about the like two things you could easily disprove, but so much you just left out there that, and you're acting like he has to have the exposal tweet up right now, right? And he has to be reading through it. There's no way he's just like not seeing stuff on it.
I have to repeat these things because there's some people they just don't understand. You just have to keep saying, reach out to the other side, do this and that, and
It's like
ignore me.
what
This is
I've
why I have
lost
to say it a billion times.
I've lost count of how many times we said reach out to the other side. It's at least 11.
So haters, if you're out there, what you gotta do is work a little bit on yourself, work a little bit on thinking about what you do on the internet. And before doing things, use that thing between your shoulders. It's very important. And yeah,
Can you think of a more condescending thing to say? That's like we have genuine reason to take issue with this response, and you're being so condescending as if you've proven yourself and made your points and proved your innocence, but you haven't. You've done nothing in an hour.
and like I said, if there is anything else, you can message me on Discord every time. I think I'm always online, except if
Did you hear that? I messaged you.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys. And
I love that it
a lot of
just I love that it cuts him off. I will see you guys. So perfect way to end this god awful apology.